Good afternoon, sim and racing fans. Racing 393. As you can see here, I'm going to go into a little bit of detail what I plan to do. Now I'm going to build a car which I will sell. Now it will sell on my eBay shop, and I'll also link that at the bottom of the description, and the advert on eBay will link this build video. Now, okay, I tend not to do build or time-lapse videos, but I'll sort of put it in stages. So the first stage, as you can see, I'm not sure if it's clear enough there. I'll spin it around a little bit. So you can probably make out that that is it's a rally car, and it's a Metro 6R4. So we've got that to do. It's about 200. Hang on, 200. I don't know, 250. Is it it fits a TT02 and TT01 chassis. There's no point showing those as such, but you can see there at the bottom of the screen, window masks. Now it isn't going to be an actual rally car. I'm put these up. Sure that'll stay there. Can you see what they are? Not sure you can make that out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Might be making a bit more sense. I think that silkaline might give it away a little bit. So this is going to be based on Will Gollop's Rallycross car from, I don't know, mid-80s. And he used to be, Rallycross used to be really big in the UK. It was actually very good then. Will Gollop from Dunstable, I think. Very popular chap. With these 6R4 Silkaline sponsored beast of a rallycross car, and just we've got a few other bits here. These are just like, I'm not sure what that is. I think that is the rear spoiler. Not too sure. Looks difficult to sort of make out even myself in that one. Yeah. One other bit. Is that the rear spoiler? I don't know. Without looking at any pictures, that could be the rear spoiler. I'm not sure. Is that front? And that's got like lights on it, so that must be a light pod that goes on the front. I don't know. I don't know. This one here, this could be the spoiler. Spoiler alert. Yeah, either or. There's two bits there. And I couldn't get exactly what I wanted, but put those in there. You don't need to see all of them, just one will do for the half of this. So these are actually, looking at them, they're kind of made on a 3D printer, I think, but they're as close as what I could get. In an ideal world, it could do a little bit more dish on the sort of the spoke side, but they are 5-spoke. That's 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a funny feeling that Will Gollop's was 5-spoke, and that's 6-spoke. These are actually Peugeot wheels apparently, but they look good. They sort of do the part. They're sort of for what I need. And I'll just show you this other one. I'll put this one on. I've got some tyres already, same wheels. You can see they're kind of slick cut, so they're not off-road. It's the sort of thing that Rallycross may have used, something very similar. So it looks it looks really good. So I've offered it up against the chassis, or a chassis, and it's fine. So in my next video, which will be part of this video, it's going to be a longer video, but it'll be a number of weeks before I get the chassis I want. But again, instantaneous to anyone watching. So once I've got the chassis, I'll then go about doing the car, get it painted and prepared to the best of my ability. It's only going to be a rolling shell, nothing in it, and then I'm going to put that on my eBay store, and the links will be down in the description for you to look at the advert, and vice versa. If you sort of find the advert, I suppose, on eBay, just search in my shop, there'll be a link to this video, so it kind of works together. So that's it for this episode. Again, it will be instantaneous to you, but I will see you very shortly. Bye for now. Okay, SimFans Racing 393. I keep saying SimFans, and it's still simulation racing, isn't it? It's still you're simulating the real life counterpart, whether it be on a computer or from a hand control. So, as you saw previously, I had the 6R4 body shell, and that's going to be a Rallycross car as per Will Gollop from back in the sort of the early to mid 80s onwards. So I've got one of the chassis which I'm going to mount that body shell onto now. I did one earlier, if you remember. I did the what was it? It was the Mercedes 190E, the sort of the German touring car Mercedes. So that was mounted to this particular chassis. So this time I'm going to mount the Metro, the 6R4. But like always, I'll just show you the bits and pieces I've got here. So you can see here I've got, that's kind of like that's kind of just like the bumper, as you can see. So that's kind of front and rear bumper, foam, bit of protection. The kit comes with a pinion gear. I'm not sure how many teeth that is. It's huge, isn't it? It's got like, I don't know. But anyway, I can count it, but I'm not going to count it right now because it's just a rolling chassis. So I've got that. I've got the hex, which I fit onto the car. They're just standard 12mm hex adapters with the pins, little nuts. So I'll stick those on. And this is the chassis. So you can see it's a typical TT02 chassis. What I will say is I'm not going to strip the gears down or anything, but if you take each sort of front and rear cross members off, the subframes, whatever you want to call them, you want to make sure there's grease in the gearbox area, because I haven't checked and I'm not going to take it apart to check, but it's fairly, it's the only thing it is on here at the moment. I've noticed that on most kits you get rubber O-rings that go inside the cups. Well, it doesn't seem like there's any on there. Well, there's not a lot of movement there. There is that one. So possibly, in my opinion, if you're going to run this, I would put O-rings. I mean, it turns nice enough. You can hear it. So it's a bit. There's a little bit of noise there. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's a very solidly built chassis. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the rally wheels on there. I'm going to also, these posts I want adjusting as well. I'm going to have to probably buy some body mounts, some longer ones. There was others that I bought that sort of that go over that. I can buy them again. I haven't got them at the moment, but it is only an eBay effort. I haven't actually got any of those myself, so right, so hopefully you can see that. Yeah, so let me get, I'm just going to get these wheels and tyres off at the back. If you can remember, I showed you these last time. They were kind of you know, as close as what I could get to the 6R4 of the time. Quite low profile. I haven't glued them on, and they've got foam inserts, so we'll fit those on and build the others up. There's the other two tyres there, and the other one, and somewhere in here I should have the wheels. And there we go. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything else in there. No. Right. This was a real pig to do. Just want to make sure I've got the tread the right way around. They're not exactly move that over. I don't intend to sort of go through this on camera, but they're very soft. But what you can't do, what I couldn't do, is to put the tyres on with these inserts in the on the wheel. It's really hard, actually. I mean, the thing is, it's a bit of a mind battle, because you've got like the foam, and you think it's going to take up more resistance than what it does. But what I want to do, what I don't want to do, is pinch, when I'm sort of stretching the tyre, is pinch the foam and rip the foam. So I'll do this one. I say on camera, it's not really, although I am. I remember struggling with the other tyre, so you can see it's kind of getting on there. I'll show you. Perhaps with fingers, actually. There's obviously an easier way of doing this, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, the difficult thing is making sure you grab the tyre and not the foam when you're stretching it, because you can just pull the foam to pieces. It's kind of like fingers and thumbs, isn't it? So it's getting there slowly. Got a couple of bits to do, and this one will be done. Because if I put it on without foams, the tyre sort of concaves. I never used to run foams before, and when I was in RC racing previously, I didn't run foams in my tyres. I think the tyres are more substantial, but then these are aftermarket, so maybe that's why. Right, so it's not quite on. Sort of clipping in. Yeah, the tyre rim, the tyre bead fits okay on that wheel. So there we go. It's it might not be perfect. I've just got to, I might have to manipulate a little bit, but you can see it's kind of, the foam's in there. So that goes out. I'm going to do the other two now off camera, and I'll be back with 4 tyres and wheels fitted, and then I'll fit them on the car on the camera. So the tyres are done. They're not bad. They've got to be glued and sort of manipulated. I suppose the more you sort of move them around on the rims, they sort of seat a bit better. So they're not, the foam's not sticking out. What have I got to do now? Put the wheels on and just lower the body. I've got to do these as well. I don't have all my tools here, so I might need to shoot off to get a spanner or hex so that I can put all these on. We could do the wheel nuts up, you know. Right, so let's put these wheels on. I'm not going to do them with grease or anything. It's going to be a dry build because, as I say, this is going up for sale. I haven't thought of a price yet. I've got to consider my time and how it will look. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say it'll be the best model you've ever had, but I think the Mercedes looked okay. Yeah, so the Mercedes was fine. There's a few imperfections on the decals that I put on, but you know, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to be like a mastercraft at it. You know, do you know what I mean? But I'm going to try and make a bit of an effort on this one because this is one of those models that I would keep. I'm building it. My mindset is to build it as if it was mine. I know that sounds, well, you should do it anyway, but if I was going to keep this, I would go that extra mile with it. But I suppose, to be honest with you, that's a bit. I should do that anyway. I know what I could do with my bloody glasses. I can't see anything. I haven't worked out how to do time lapse yet. It's nice when it all just fits together, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, simple things give you the greatest of pleasures in life. Well, they have anyway. It doesn't matter about, as in that respect, it doesn't matter about what's going on in the world, as such. But you've got to sort of make do with what you've got. Fortunately, I've always been into RC. I was actually thinking the other day, I had a load of kits that I shouldn't have got rid of. I mean, I don't know what was going through my head at the time. It wasn't as if I even needed the money. It didn't. I would put some run that lower as well. So as if you could space the shocks inside. I know it's a rallycross car, but you could put some, you know, like tubing. You cut the tube into length, put it inside the shock absorber so the droop doesn't go down as much. You could probably get down a little bit, but it's alright. I mean, I suppose it's not going to go down very much. I mean, there's not a lot of pressure there. They're fairly, I don't know, maybe you might find the Tamiya tuned spring set, which I've got 3 sets of them, but they're for my own use. But they're the same as these, but they get the soft ones, the red ones. I'm sure they're softer than these particular ones on here, but they're not too bad. I mean, I would have these a bit softer. I don't know, I think there is oil in them, and when you've got a battery in there and sort of a bit of weight, and the body shell, maybe that would just weigh it a little bit. Personally, I would change the droop and possibly change the springs, if that was me. But, yeah. Right, so let's get the right size hex. I'm going to take one of these off, show you. Now, you can see how that's fitted in there. It would make sense to go in like that. There's more support. I think I have run them like that to get a bit higher. But the 6R4 body shell's boxy. I think what happened is with the Mercedes, the rear, they weren't far off. They were just touching the body shell. So these ones, the rears, so I put them higher. You don't have to do that. So I suppose you're wondering, how much is this going to cost me? I haven't thought of that yet. I've got an idea. I mean, you've got to bear in mind that I've had to, nothing is supplied, as in, you know, like wholesale price or discounted. The only thing I get off my supplier are these chassis, but all the other bits and pieces, like the wheels, tyres, and the body shell, paint, it's all retail. So there's nothing. And you've got to remember my time. I suppose the enjoyment of RC is doing it yourself. I get that. I'm not sure. And I suppose if I was let's say if I was a professional model maker, which I'm not, maybe you could get more money. Maybe some people don't have the skills to do it. There's plenty of people out there that can't do it. I mean, you haven't got to build this chassis anyway. You can buy the chassis, because I've got these chassis are on my eBay store. That's rolling chassis. The back's definitely going to want changing. The fronts, I can actually put holes in the front. It depends where it goes on here. So I'm going to grab the camera to show you around what I've done, so you can see it at a better angle there. So as you can see that it is a 6R4 body shell. I can put the front on, it's going to sit a lot lower. So I get the front fitted. The back I have to put extenders on. Not tall enough. I don't really want to buy them. It will be better to buy them but longer. But I'm not sure I want to spend that, because otherwise, if it was my car, I would. So I'm going to set this where it goes. I'm going to put it on this board and drill the holes in the top there, the front part, and mount the front. I'll have to probably mimic. Then I'm going to cut the wheel arches out, and then it's ready for the rest of it. So there we go. Right, so I'll next time you see it, it'll be a little bit more complete, and we can go from there. Okay, right. Well, I'll see you in your eyes in a minute. So here we are. The body's now the front's on. I've put the 4 holes in, and the body's sitting down as low as it can. And I'm about to trim the body, but what I'll do first is I will put the front bumpers on. And I've got the foam bumpers, as you can see here. But if I just sort of show you around the car, I'll show you the top first. So I used like a body reamer to put the holes in. They're not long enough, so I've got to extend those. The front ones are on. I've got like a P-clip there just holding it up at its lowest level. Doesn't mean it's going to go there. But you can see the front wheels ain't quite. It's a bit annoying. So that's obviously the wheelbase. So I might have to fettle that a little bit when I cut the wheel arches. The back ones are okay. and I'll do something there to make it look, because it's got a moulding in there. There's obviously going to be a little bit of leeway, but it looks right. So it's you know, even where it's sat, it's not the height's okay. That's its lowest. I just need to extend. As you can see, the body posts are a little bit low, but it's reasonably in the middle. I can't complain with that at all, really. It's as best as I can do. Incidentally, I know you guys, most of you know what you're doing, but I used a body reamer, which is that. If I just undo that, it goes through the plastic. Really sharp, really useful. To be honest, it's much better than a drill. So, yeah, so I'm going to cut the wheel arches out now and fit the bumpers. That's going to be about it now, and then it'll be a case of painting, which will be my next video. Right, see you shortly. So here we are, we've done the wheel arches. I've just propped the back up for now. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks fairly good. It's probably not far off its light. I've got to trim the body around the bumper and everything, which I'm going to do now, and that's going to be the wheel arches. Just zoom round. So it's all, it looks really good. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm going to put the bumpers on now, the foam bumpers, and trim the rest of the body, and that'll be that. I mean, these are done really well. This is this great tool. I'd buy these, and these are amazing. This is the best thing I've ever bought. It just seems to make the wheel arches absolutely spot on. You can actually put them to where you want them. You don't have to go by the mouldings on the body shell. So, onwards and upwards, rear foam and front bumpers, and just trim the body. I'll see you in a bit. So the body's now trimmed and it's at a level place. The bumpers are actually going on now, but this is the final bit I'm going to film today. It's not too bad. It's, you know, it can slit ever so slightly low at the front and ever so slightly higher at the back. I've got to get some body posts, as I've said, but it looks alright. I'm not quite sure fully if it's trimmed 100%. There's a couple of things in the car which I need to check by pictures, but yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I quite like that. So the next stage is to sort of finish that trimming, put the bumpers on, wash the body shell inside and out, put the window masks on, and then mask up the stripes for the silkaline red and gold stripes on the back quarter and over across the bonnet. That is not going to be easy. And then the rest of the car's black. So once I've done that, I'll sort of film my paintings and my workings out. But that should do for today. I'm going to put all the video together as one, so that's the plan anyway. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I shall see you very soon with the paint. So here this body shell's mounted now. The front's on, the back isn't. It's sort of just propped, but the front bumper's on with the foam. That fits quite nicely just before, so it gives it some protection at the front. And there's still a bit of trimming to do here and there. And at the back just propped. I took the foam off of the bumper, it didn't fit. But as you can see, I've sort of propped it up where it kind of will go. That can go slightly higher. That doesn't need to go any lower. But you can see it's spot on. There's no, you know, it doesn't actually foul. The wheels turn and still that's fine. Go the other way. And that's fine as well, nothing on there. There you go, it's still got some suspension movement. Doesn't need a lot, does it? a Rallycross car. Well, I say it doesn't need a lot, but that's, in my eyes, that's come out rather well. There's some additional body parts that go on. I've got to cut those out, and I've got to trim the bodywork up a little bit and sort of rub it down. I'm not sure about these bits here. I'm not sure what they are, even if they should be there. They don't look right to me, but the moulding kind of was round there, so but they're easy enough to cut off anyway. So, all well and good. It's going to be tomorrow's going to be a masking day and preparation day. That's going to take a bit of time. That'll probably take all day. Well, to be honest with you, painting can take over to 3 days. So this video is going to be, I'm hoping, round about half an hour long, maybe 40 minutes, and then once it's all done, you can bid away. Okay, right. See you next time. So here we are, the after probably about, oh, I don't know, I mean, I must admit, this took me nearly 4 hours to mask. So it's all done on the inside, as you can see. The camera can see it. I started by masking the outside first to you know, get the stripes to the best of my ability. You can see on the front as well. They're not, I know they're not absolutely perfect, but I did use some thin tram lines on the outside. I've got these in black as well, to sort of any imperfections of where the, you know, where the overspray or where it hasn't got quite a sharp edge. I'm hoping that they'll be close enough, and I can put a bit of tram line across the front of it on the outside at least, and it will hide any imperfections. But as you can see, the two stripes here, this one and this one, they'll be red, and like there's the front, that'll be red, and that's red. Once I've done that, and likewise the other side, once that's done, the middle stripe will come off, and that'll be gold, which can spray over the red, it doesn't matter. And then it can all come off, and then it can be sprayed black. That's the plan. So the paint is actually in the sink in hot water, warming up, and I'm about to clean the body shell. Well, I'll say clean it. I've got alcohol wipes. I've got a bit of a scouring, washing up pad, just to scour the plastic so it keys a little bit better. And then I'm going to spray some red on it. I'll probably show you when the red's done, and then when the gold is done. But I'm not sure how long that's going to take me. Again, like you say, like I've said before, this is going to be one long video, so it's instantaneous. For me, it's been like days. So anyway, I'll see you when it's done. Right, so I apologise for the lack of light. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just the red I'm putting on, PS2. It's close enough for me. Let's see how we go. Very light coat at first. Like that. And then just turn it round. Do. So it's just enough. I do apologise for the light. I haven't got enough light up here at the moment. I didn't really want to get the camera too close. I might move it next time, but let that dry, and I'll put a bit more on. I just put the next light coat on. Turn it over. Okay, so there's that bit. So I won't film every layer. I will show you again once the red is done, and then once I start doing the gold. So that's the red done. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So the red's done. I've taken the masking off for the gold. So we're gonna now attempt to spray that. Again, I'm in the loft, so the light is not particularly great, but you kind of get the gist. Right, let's see how it goes. So I've put this first spray, a very light dusting of gold. Can't really see it. It's covered really well. I mean, it's a very, very light, and you can see on the other side of it, it kind of looks how I expect it to look. The white, there's some white tape on the outside of the body shell, which is how the black pin lines are going to go. Again, you'll see this better when I bring it outside. This is rubbish in the light. I can see it clear as day, but you can see sod all. Anyway, I'll next film it once I'm taking it off for when the stripes are done and ready to do the black. So the colours, is it? So I've got everything off, ready to put the black on. We'll see how it goes. I've got a few imperfections to sort out, but other than that, it's not too bad. So, wish me luck with the black. So here we are, after many hours of amateur painting. Apart from the decals and some fettling and the rear wing and the rear body posts, which have got to be extended, this is pretty much, which I'll show you around, my 6R4 Rallycross car as per wheel Gollop from about 1987, 88. So you can see it's, don't get me wrong, it's not professional, it's not perfect. There's a lot of things which I can do better, but as I said in our previous video, my painting skills are not my best qualities, and I'm just practicing to try and get the best I can. And for example, there's a bit of paint overflow there on the edge of the screen. I can get it off with some paint remover, and I've got decals to go around the edge anyway, so you won't see much of that. But this is the car that'll be for sale. I will do another video with the stickers on when it's completed and it's all ready to go and for sale. So that's taken me a long time to get this far. It's taken me all day today to get the paint on as I wanted it. You can see the body shell here kind of comes out a little bit here. That's just the nature of the body shells, I'm afraid. There's not much I can do about that. So it should sort of go in sort of like that, but it sort of pings out. You can't really see it from the sideways. If I come around to sort of that part of the car, it does kind of stick out a bit. And some of the stripes I've put on, they don't all stay there. So just to hide some of the, tidy up the sort of the transition between but the colours change. It's something I need to work on massively. A lot of it is tools and a place to do it. I mean, in a loft, I can see it's not too bad, but you don't really need it in a loft. You want a proper kind of a warmish environment, and quality gear, i.e. the masking materials, just basic that I use. They work okay, but they tend to, you can tend to leak a little bit. But anyway, that's it for now. A few more bits to do. Next time we see it, it will be completed and this video will be done and the car will be for sale. So okay, see you next time. So there we have it. We'll Gollop 6R4 Rallycross car. It's completed now. I have a rear wing. I'm not sure if I'll put it on. I'm not sure whether he run a wing or not. And I've also got to put the extended posts on. But either or, the rear wing's only black, so it doesn't matter. I'll probably put that on anyway if I can. So it's complete. It's got the carbon fibre chassis, 4-wheel drive. It's a rolling shell, so it'll need electrics for it to work, or you can keep it as a model shelf queen or whatever. Well, I wouldn't say it's a shelf queen, but it looks too. It's not too bad. So there'll be a link in the description below, taking you to my for sale page on eBay, and the eBay advert will have the link for this video of the build. So that's it for now. That's done. All I can say is thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and happy bidding. Bye for now.